Ladies and gentlemen, today I've got a very, very special video for you. For those who are on the fence, they've been thinking about joining, but maybe the 10K price tag has been a little steep for you. You're gonna love this video. So it has officially been 1 year since I started this company, Summit Acquisition, and it has been a hell of a ride, to say the least. I've been doing a lot of reflecting lately over the last 12 months, just kind of about how I went from 0 to 217,000 a month in 8 months. That was my biggest month before I really pumped the brakes. And honestly, my clients are crushing it. They're getting absolutely insane results. And I want to just be able to help a lot more of you guys out as well, especially if you've been supporting my channel, you've been following me for a while and stuff like that. You're watching all the videos, but maybe the price tag has been too big of a barrier to entry. So I've got some incredible news today. I'm going to break it all down. I'm going to try and make this short and sweet. But essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the price back down to $8,000 if you pay it in full. If you want to split it up, we could do half down, so 4K down, and then I'll add a couple grand interest. Just that's what happens. So we could do 4K down, and then we could do 500 a week after the first 30 days. So it starts month 2 for 3 months going off that. So it'd be 4K up front and then 6K kind of on the tail end. You just pay weekly as well, but we should be starting to make a good amount of money by then too. So I'm not too worried about the other half. So that said, 8K paid in full or 10K if you guys split it up, and you can get started with just as little as 4K down. And then month 2 is when the weekly payments start kicking in, and then going from there. I'm also shortening the program from 6 months down to 4, right? To kind of accommodate for that price drop as well. Because I was looking at all of my clients. It's like Tom, it only took him 4 months to go from 0 to 50K a month. Louisa, it only took her, I think, 3 months to scale to 80K a month. Like Alberto, he scaled very hard too. Alex went from 0 to 40K a month in just 3 months, and the list goes on and on. So on average, it doesn't take 6 months for my clients to get really good results. So it doesn't really make sense to extend it that far. And because I want to work with more people, but also be able to support that consistently and sustainably, which I'll get to in a second. A big reason for why I increased the price to 10K initially and why I'm dropping it back down. But essentially, I want to help more people out, want to make it more accessible for more people to join, and really just like be able to give all of our time and attention and focus to the people who are actively taking action. They're working, and we're building out the foundations. So on average, like we get our ads, like first rounds of ads live within the first 7 days of the program. And then typically a lot of time we knock it out of the park first try, but sometimes it does take a little bit of testing as well. So that could take a month or so. And then from there, things start really cranking. Compound effect kicks in by month 2, 3, and especially number 4, you're going to be making a hell of a lot of money. So that said, back in August, my biggest month yet, it was 217,000 cash, but here's the problem. It was only me and one appointment setter. I didn't really have any like systems. I had a really damn good program because I rebuilt it 3 times in the previous 8 months, just making it better and better and shortening it as well, and just making sure there's no fluff. But it was literally just me. So I felt the 8K was like, it was almost like too cheap for the level of support that I was given, and too expensive for like me to really pull back and like be very hands off. So that said, I didn't really have a team. I didn't have systems, anything like that. So I wanted to pump the brakes a little bit because I wouldn't have been able to actually sustain that. So I was signing like 1 or 2 clients like every single day. It was absolutely bananas. It was crazy at the 8K price tag. So then when I was like, okay, I'm crazy, like busy right now, I'm super overwhelmed, I increased it to 10 to really just pump the brakes. So going from like that high 4-figure to the actual like 5-figure price tag is a bit of like a psychological barrier for a lot of people, which is kind of weird. There's only $2,000, like, especially if you look at my client results, like 3 months from now, is that going to matter? Absolutely not. Right. But it's a lot easier to say that on the other side. Like I've had so many clients telling me, Jeremy, I feel like I owe you so much money still. And I'm like, well, we can change that. I can send you another payment link. But nonetheless, I want to make it more accessible for a lot of you guys, and especially for those that are kind of doing like 5 to 10K a month. I know 10K up front is like very steep. So I just want to be able to help change a lot more of your guys' lives, help make a much bigger impact as well. And honestly, just collect a lot more feedback, work with a lot more of you guys and help you get a lot better results as well. So I see a lot of coaches out there that are just complete trash. They don't know what they're doing, and like they just kind of take your money and don't really give you too much. So I kind of want to put an end to that, because I think it's safe to say over the last 12 months, it built a pretty strong foundation in terms of case studies and client results. You can go look at my story highlights on my Instagram, Jeremy_Pogue, and literally scroll until your thumbs get sore, because there's way too many. And like my client interviews on my YouTube channel, I got a playlist there with a whole bunch of client interviews. I've got one scheduled for today, one for tomorrow as well. Alberta went from 0 to 52,000 a month. Louisa went from like 30K with in-person stuff, helped her launch an online thing, like an online program in the health and performance space. And then she just did 80,000 this month as well, just like about 3 months in. So yeah, stay tuned for those. They're gonna be incredible. Super stoked for that. But nonetheless, that's what I'm doing. Especially since all like the Black Friday shit's kind of settled down now. I don't know if I'm not the biggest fan of that. Like if you're looking for like a discount and stuff like that, like get a good deal, it's like, brother, like you should like go get a 9 to 5. You shouldn't be in business. You know, it's like, you got to make that commitment to yourself. You got to be ready to go all in and burn your boats, because those are the people that get the best results. Like, for example, Lee, he just had a record $23,000 a month, and we started together when he was stuck at like 1K a month for like a year, like about 4 months ago now. And when he signed up with me, he had $1,000 left in his bank account. He literally burned his boats, went all in, and now look where he's at. So that said, not the biggest fan of like promos and discounts and like, I don't know, that kind of stuff. I feel like it attracts the wrong crowd. So I wanted to wait to do this. And I was talking to my team about this over the last few weeks as well, but I wanted to wait to do this until after all that noise settled down, because it just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't really sit well with me. And I just wanted to make sure that this isn't just like some flashy promo trying to make a bunch of noise. It's something that's actually just genuine. It's a decision that we're going to stick to and commit to for a while. But now that I actually have a team member helping me on the coaching side, Daniel, he's an absolute weapon. He was the head of sales for a couple 7-figure coaching businesses, also head of client success for those as well. He's worked with over 500 guys, and he's just an absolute weapon. My clients absolutely adore him so far. So he's helping me get our clients a lot better results, hold them a lot more accountable to actually getting results, doing the work, stuff like that. Because at this point, it's like the program works. If you just follow it step by step, like look at the results, they speak for themselves, right? So where some people don't get great results is they just don't do the work. So now I've got Daniel to kind of help me on the back end there. I also hired this guy named Alex, who was right-hand man for Alex Hormozzi's largest portfolio company. And he was in charge of like literally thousands and thousands and thousands of students, hosting group calls for like 500 plus clients. And anyways, he's helping me rebuild the program in a way where it's just an absolute like systemized client success machine, and have real systems for the back end. So it's a lot of fun building that out as well right now. So that said, the last few months, I've really just kind of pumped the brakes to rebuild, actually build a bit of a team and real systems that I'll be able to scale to much higher numbers and actually sustain it, because there was no way I could sustain over 200K a month, just me as a one-man show on the back end. So that said, business comes in seasons, and this was a season of building. I'm still kind of in it right now. Hopefully towards the tail end of it. And cranked up ads again. So I'm spending like, I think 900 or 1,000 a day right now between Instagram and YouTube. So that's going to pay off over the next few months, which is going to be a lot of fun. But nonetheless, if you have been on the fence, hopefully this will help incentivize you to reach out. You can either book a call down below. It's an enrollment call. So you know the price. If you don't know too much about the program, go watch the main video pinned to my YouTube channel right now. It's a 45-minute video, breaks down literally the entire funnel, my whole process, and my whole program, literally module by module. So you know exactly what you're getting. Slack community of absolute killers who just make a ton of money, support each other as well, help each other out. It's just everyone in there is very high level, and we're all just kind of linking arms together and growing together too. Support for myself and Daniel, and literally giving you everything you need to succeed and actually scale and build a real scalable, predictable, consistent client acquisition system for your online coaching business. So that said, if you are a coach with proof of concept, and which means like people actually want your stuff, like you've sold your offer before, so you've got a decent grasp on sales too, but you just got a traffic problem, either not enough leads or very low quality leads. That's exactly kind of like our specialty. If you're still kind of like a one-man show as well and don't really have much of a program, we've got a whole section on building world-class delivery. So how I was able to scale that far, very, very lean, and exactly how I was able to do that. So then you can take that, implement that into your business as well. But nonetheless, I'm going to wrap the video up here because I don't want to make it too long. But that said, if you want to join, you can book a call down below. If you got any questions, DM me over on Instagram as well, and we can take it from there. But aside from that, once again, 8K paid in full, 10K if you got a split. And if you got a split, it can be very, very flexible. So you can do 4K down, and then for the remaining 6K, split that up, starting month 2, and just weekly payments of $500, right? So those are the options. Now you know. So if you're not sold yet, go watch that video pinned to my YouTube channel where it breaks down the whole thing. And then keep watching a bunch of my other videos too. Look at my client results on my Instagram, on the story highlights. Watch my client interviews as well on my YouTube channel. I got a whole bunch more coming over the next month or two because they're just going, they're going crazy. So it's super cool to see that. But nonetheless, really, really, really appreciate you guys' support over the last 12 months. It means the world to me, for real, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. And it's just such a blessing to be able to do what I love every single day and make such an impact as well. So that said, appreciate you guys. Lots of love. And if you are serious, if you're ready to rock and roll, go all in, I would love to meet you. I'd love to chat with you, get you signed up on that enrollment call, and we will get things going. So that said, appreciate you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.